Hey everyone, good evening. This is Bible in 365. So it's been my consistent practice to read the Bible every year. It started about 8 years ago, even though I have done it before when I was younger. I think the first time I did it was when I was like 13 or 14. And it changed the way I thought, it changed the way I believed, because you see the stories in there and you realize that you're not alone in your journey, that you're not alone in life, that the things that you face and the problems that you encounter, they're not so much different than those who have come before us. And when we're able to look at stories that have come before us, we can draw strength for the future, for the present. I say for the present and also for the future. So it doesn't take long to do this. This is a 3-tier kind of reading plan, which usually starts out with the Psalms, and then it goes to a New Testament and then a Old Testament. This is taken from the Bible in 1year.org, or you can download this from the YouVersion store. No, I shouldn't say store. YouVersion Bible app. If you go to the App Store, you could download YouVersion Bible and start the plan as well. So today we're just going to be starting from chapter 1 of the book of Psalms, chapter 1, the book of Matthew, and chapter 1 from the book of Genesis. And next time it should be a lot quicker because I'm not going to give an intro, but I just think it's good to hear the word of the Lord and hear what's in this Bible, because a lot of people don't even know. They just be like, I don't believe the Bible. You ever read it? No. All right. So this is the way we get to know it. Let's start with Psalms chapter 1. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand on the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in Yahweh's law. On his law he meditates day and night. He will be like a tree planted by the streams of water that produces its fruits in its seasons, whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does shall prosper. The wicked are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore, the wicked shall not stand in judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For Yahweh knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish. Matthew chapter 1. Okay, we're going to get there. I think this one, I'm reading from the WEBUS, which is the World English Version Bible, because it's funny, if you want to be able to read the Bible freely online, the funny thing about that is you can't, because you have to get permission from NIV and all these other people that are copywritten. So this thing originally uses the NIV. But we're going to use the World English Bible, American Standard. Yeah. And for some strange reason, it's starting at verse 17 rather than starting from verse 1. Yeah. So hey, we just assessed one of the problems with that plan. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to go to Matthew chapter 1. I'm just going to read right here, starting at verse 1. The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham became the father of Isaac. Isaac became the father of Jacob. Jacob became the father of Judah and his brothers. Judah became the father of Perez and Zerah by Tamar. Perez became the father of Hezron. Hezron became the father of Ram. Ram became the father of Aminadab. Aminadab became the father of Nahshon. Nahshon became the father of Salmon. Salmon became the father of Boaz by Rahab. Boaz became the father of Obed by Ruth. Obed became the father of Jesse. Jesse became the father of the king of David. David, the king, became the father of Solomon by her who had been Uriah's wife. That's interesting. You get this little commentary right here. It says, Jesse became the father of King David. David, the king, became the father of Solomon by her who had been Uriah's wife. Solomon became the father of Rehoboam. Rehoboam became the father of Abijah. Abijah became the father of Asa. Asa became the father of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat became the father of Joram. Joram became the father of Uzziah. Uzziah became the father of Jotham. Jotham became the father of Ahaz. Ahaz became the father of Hezekiah. Hezekiah became the father of Manasseh. Manasseh became the father of Amon. Amon became the father of Josiah. Josiah became the father of Jeconiah and his brothers at the time of the exile to Babylon. After the exile to Babylon, Jeconiah became the father of Shealtiel. Shealtiel became the father of Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel became the father of Abiud. Abiud became the father of Eliakim. Eliakim became the father of Azor. Azor became the father of Zadok. Zadok became the father of Achim. Achim became the father of Elud. Elud became the father of Eleazar. Eleazar became the father of Mathan. Mathan became the father of Jacob. Jacob became the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, from whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. And here's a little footnote. It says Jacob became the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, from whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. And it says in verse 116 in little parentheses, Jesus means salvation. I love that. So, all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. From David to the exile to Babylon, 14 generations. And from the carrying away to Babylon to the Christ, 14 generations. Now, the birth of Jesus Christ was like this. After his mother Mary was engaged to Joseph, before they came together, she was found pregnant by the Holy Spirit. Joseph, her husband, being a righteous man and not willing to make her a public example, intended to put her away secretly. But when he thought about these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, don't be afraid to take to yourself Mary as your wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit. She shall give birth to a son. You shall name him Jesus, for it is he who shall save his people from their sins. Now, all this has happened that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Lord through the prophet, saying, Behold, the virgin shall be with child, and shall give birth to a son. They shall call his name Emmanuel, which is being interpreted, God with us. And you can find that in Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, which goes, these little parentheses down here says, Behold, the virgin shall be with child, and they shall give birth to a son. They shall call his name Emmanuel, which is being interpreted, God with us. So Joseph arose from his sleep and did as the angel of the Lord commanded him, and took his wife to himself, and didn't know her sexually until she had given birth to her firstborn son. He named him Jesus. Man, that takes some faith right there. But thank God he spoke through the angel. All right, now we're going to jump to the Old Testament here. So we have the plan right here, but the plan for some reason is not working. So when the plan ain't working, you got to work the plan. You got to do something different. So we're going to start with Genesis chapter 1. It says, In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty. Darkness was on the surface of the deep, and God's Spirit was hovering over the surface of the waters. God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw the light and saw that it was good. God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. There was evening, and there was morning, the first day. God said, "Let there be an expanse in the middle of the waters, and let it divide the waters from waters." God made the expanse and divided the waters which were under the expanse from the waters which were above the expanse. And it was so. God called the expanse sky. There was evening, and there was morning, a second day. God said, "Let the waters under the sky be gathered together to one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the water he called seas. God saw that it was good. God said, "Let the earth yield grass, herbs yielding seeds, and fruit trees bearing fruit after their kind, with their seeds in it on the earth." And it was so. The earth yielded grass, herbs yielding seeds after their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with their seeds in it after their kind. And God saw that it was good. There was evening, and there was morning, a third day. God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to divide the day from the night, and let them be for the signs to mark seasons, days, and years, and let them be for lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light to the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. God saw that it was good. There was evening, and there was morning, a fourth day. There's a little pattern here. God said, "Let the waters abound with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the sky." God created the large sea creatures and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird after its kind. God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." There was evening, and there was morning, a fifth day. God said, "Let the earth produce living creatures after their kind, livestock, creeping things, and animals of the earth after their kind." And it was so. God made the animals of the earth after their kind, and the livestock after their kind, and everything that creeps on the ground after its kind. God saw that it was good. God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our own likeness. Let them have dominion over the birds of the sky, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." God created man in his own image. In God's image, he created them. Male and female, he created them. All right, that is the reading for today. That took less than 15 minutes, and I did talking in the beginning, and so it's kind of amazing that you can read those chapters and pretty much be done with the whole Bible in a year if you just do it every day. So I will be back here. I might cut from my some of these channels, but it is going to be on the Jesus Party channel, so please subscribe to the Jesus Party channel, which is at Jesus Party Life on YouTube. So we'll be coming up on here pretty much every day, and we also have prayer too. So yeah, go deep in the word. God bless you guys. I hope you had a good time listening to this word and are blessed. Much blessings to you and your family.